everyone needs someone. We all need each other. When you lean into your gifts and when you take your ego out of the equation, I guess you could say, as some people call it, everything changes. Hello, and welcome to the Connect podcast. This show is all about helping you connect to your soul's calling so you can take action on it. Because the sweetest success is a blend of discovering your purpose with the inner drive to bring it to life. I'm Sheila, health coach, lifestyle entrepreneur, and mom of two, best known for my online wellness programs, mentoring, and self-love passion. Listen in for inspiring interviews, solo chats, and Q&A sessions that will move you past overwhelm towards what lights you up. Stop accepting good enough and go for your version of great in your health, business, and relationships. Let's get started. Hey, welcome to this Monday mini-sode where I share an insight designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. Have you ever found yourself struggling with imposter syndrome? I hear so much about this as I'm talking to women about whenever they're wanting to make changes in their life. They're sharing with me that they've tried certain things and they always end up coming back around in certain areas of their life, having a hard time making progress. And sometimes what comes up at that point is this idea that they don't feel they're worthy of the outcome they're looking for. If you have a dream, but you feel held back by thoughts such as, I'm not good enough, or who am I to do this? Like, who am I to look this certain way, or to have this type of career, or to charge this amount of money? Or if, say, you wonder, well, what will people think of me if I share this dream of mine, or if I rise in what it is that I'm wanting to do in my life? Here is a beautiful reframe that I heard recently. Think of your gifts. Think of the ones that you have that you believe you want to share with the world, and imagine that they are on loan to you as a soul, and that you agreed to come here to be in service to them. What if you, in being of service to them, was to step into this next version of yourself or your life? What if that meant that your gifts would be best used to serve others? Isn't that an incredible way of looking at it? It takes the focus off of you and what people will think of you and shifts it to what would happen if you didn't use this gift that was on loan to you and others didn't benefit from it. I've started to use this way of thinking myself, and I need to tell you, it takes so much pressure off, and it makes me take a deep, beautiful breath that I don't have to be so concerned about how I look, how I'm showing up, as long as I am living in alignment to the way that I believe I'm meant to be living. Think about other areas of your life where you show up with a great deal of confidence, whether it's in your relationships, your career, some kind of hobby, or as a parent, or as a really good friend, someone who takes care of those around them. You don't question your abilities in some area of your life. It just is something you believe that you are good at. It's not that you even need to say that you're good at it. You just know it inherently within yourself. Imagine the lives of those people who benefit from you showing up in that powerful way of serving. And imagine if you questioned it and you didn't allow yourself to use that particular gift that you know in your heart you're really good at and that you are actively doing. Imagine how your world would look. Imagine how you would feel holding back on it. And now take that idea and shift it into thinking about this area where you feel like an imposter, this area where you feel like, what will people think of me? And start shifting it to this feeling of service. Kind of like you have an assignment that you've been sent here to accomplish. It's so true that in our lives and in this world, anything that has been accomplished, anything at all, has not been done alone. Everyone needs someone. We all need each other. When you lean into your gifts and when you take your ego out of the equation, I guess you could say, as some people call it, everything changes. In this way, you can take steps in the work or the actions that you feel led to do, even small, tiny steps forward with this new idea in your mind, and it can release some of the feeling that is holding you back. Fear is the opposite of love. So in this sense, imposter syndrome is the opposite of service. Think of it in that way and see how things shift for you. We all have areas of our life, those growth edges that we push up against that make us feel uncomfortable. And then we shift into this version of ourselves that sometimes wants to tamp down our desires because of how we may appear and this fear of how we may be received. And instead, when we look towards service, when we look towards using our gifts and our abilities for the highest good, everything changes. So as you go through your week, try and apply this to something that you are facing. I would love to hear how it goes. And I hope that you feel a sense of relief knowing that we all deal with this in some way. As you step into those gifts that are waiting to be used, stepping into that next level, if you will, of what you're here to do, you give the rest of us permission to also do the same. Thanks so much for listening. I look forward to sharing another interview on Wednesday of this week. So we'll see you back here. And until then, have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings. Thank you so much for being here with me on the Connect podcast. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Also, if you head over to iTunes to leave a review, I'd be so grateful. Let us know what your favorite parts were and what you'd like to hear more of. It will help us have a greater impact, elevating many more people to grow and succeed together. See you next time.